Hi everybody. So today I'm going to unpackage a Bible. This is actually a Rebind that I purchased from a gentleman on Facebook, and this is one that Jeffrey Rice had done, and I believe from looking at it from the pictures, I think it's one of his earlier Rebinds. So we're gonna go ahead and tear into it. Alright, so it's wrapped nicely, which I appreciate. There's nothing worse than getting something that's been through the Postal Service, and sometimes I wonder if they play soccer with our packages, because I've gotten packages that were pretty beat up. So I really like that he wrapped that nicely. So if he sees this video, thank you for wrapping this the way that you did. This is what I like to see. I'd rather it take me longer to get into than open it and find out that it got all beat up during transit. So alright, I'm going to drop this camera down, get a little bit closer, and we'll get this saran wrap off of there. But that's nice, because if this package had, say it like got somewhere where it was really wet and stuff, this is going to be a lot more protected than just in a manila envelope with nothing around it. So and a lot of people use saran wrap to train the yaps on their Bibles. And we can see, so before I take this out of there, and you can probably hear the neighbor dog barking, we can see the yap on there. So almost a full yap. So that's pretty neat. And he just does amazing rebinds. I've got another one of his. It's one of his very first ones, and that's pretty neat. Because I certainly wouldn't be able to afford his newest ones, because they're pretty pricey, but they're also pretty amazing. Okay, so this is, and I'm not sure what type of leather it is, but we can see how that's yap is already formed around there, all that perimeter stitching. So on the spine we're going to have Holy Bible, KJVER, and PTL, which is Post Tenebras Lux. Then we've got those raised ribs. And I wish I remembered what this was, but I don't. But that is a really pretty leather. You can see the grain pattern in there. That looks really neat. And this one is used, so it's not going to be brand new. But the gilding on the top looks good. Not many marks there. Alright, so we've got the stamp Post Tenebras Lux, After Darkness Light. So it is going to be edge line tabbed up onto the block. We've got our presentation page. Oh, and I didn't know that it was the Sword Study Bible. I thought it was just a regular KJVER. So even better. That's like a bonus right there. So this comes in a ton of cover options. So in the KJVER, a lot of the words that are changed are just going to be like more spelling type things than anything, because we don't use, in fact, as soon as I get to it, I can tell you. So like stuff with like EST at the end, ETH, and some of those things. So like if we get right up here, we see declineth changes to decline, drewest to drew, so committest to commit. So really simple word changes, so nothing major at all there. And this one here, if we look here in the gutter, we're going to have the bigger stitches that are the regular sewn binding, but then we've got these little shorter stitches, so that is what is called overcast stitching, which is a really good binding. Alright, and then yeah, so this is, I thought it was just a regular KJVER, so the fact that it's the Sword Study Bible makes me happy, because so some of the things that we have in this one, it's going to be, let me see if we can find a better example of a word that's, okay, so we've got here in verse 2 where we see the word ephod of gold. So that's going to tell us at the end of the verse, it's going to tell us what that is. So he made the ephod of gold, blue, and purple, and scarlet, and fine twined linen, and so that's going to tell us that it means priestly garment. So any of these words, so like here's a good one here, chapiters. So we've got chapiters, so that means tops. And then we've got filleted, which means banded. So those are words that we don't use anymore. I'm just seeing if there was any others that were. So like we've got minister, which means serve. So sweet incense is going to be fragrant spices. And then one thing also that you might notice right there is the red letter. So this is going to be red letter in both the Old and the New Testament. And then it also has all of the marginal studies as well. I do have a review of the giant print Sword Study Bible in both the KJV and the KJVER. So if you would like to look at that, I go over how you use it. And I've actually got a smaller one of these that I don't think I can, well actually I can. So I've actually got this one here that I'm preparing to do a review on right now, which is the personal size. And so I didn't know that that's what this one was going to be. I just thought it was the plain one, so even better. But I'll be going into more detail in this review, whereas this one's just basically an unboxing, mainly to look at it because it's a rebind. So we're going to get our third ribbon. Alright, so we can see the length of the ribbons. So they're going to be double-sided satin. They're the 10 millimeters wide, 3 yellow ribbons. And so we can see right here how long that is. So pretty neat. So I don't know if Jeffrey Rice will see this video, but if he does, it would kind of be neat if he gave us some info on this one in the comment section, and maybe told us like if he remembers rebinding this one as one of his first ones, because he does things a little bit differently now, the way that his are stamped, and he's got a really cool logo that he uses, so that would be interesting to see. So this one right here we can see a little bit better on the stitching. So we've got the large stitches in those spots there, and then the small ones. So the bindings in these Sword Study Bibles are done really well. And then this one, of course, is just really neat because this is a rebind from Jeffrey Rice. So I did purchase this one used from a gentleman on Facebook who was selling it, and so I figured I would snag it because that's pretty neat. All right. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.